context, okay, I have epilepsy, right? So I'm supposed to use disabled toilets. I don't know if you know this. People with epilepsy, they can use disabled toilets because they know when they're going to have a seizure. Do you know this? It means they can pull the emergency cord, and it means if they do have a seizure, people can unlock the door from the outside. Because, do you know, people know, not everybody, but a lot of people with epilepsy, they have something called an aura. Do you know this? And they know they're going to have a seizure. Some people have like deja vu, or they get a sensation. I've got a genuine thing called Alice in Wonderland syndrome. And it means if I'm in a room, suddenly the room just seems a lot bigger than it is. And that's when I know I'm going to have a seizure. So don't worry, I'm not suddenly going to drop and just have one in front of all 5,000 of you. We're fine. But But no, it's a true thing. It's so hard to explain, but yeah, I'll be in a room and suddenly the room just seems a lot bigger than it is. They reckon Lewis Carroll, who wrote Alice in Wonderland, that's what he was experiencing. That's why it's all about things getting bigger and smaller, because that's what he was experiencing. And it's so weird, but yeah, I'll be in a room and then the room will just seem a lot bigger than it actually is. Not a lot of people have it. I think like 1% of people with epilepsy and all estate agents. So it's not a lot. It is out there, just raising awareness. This was, quick story, it was when I found out I had epilepsy when I was at university, and what happened was I'd had a seizure, but then a few weeks later I had another seizure, and I went to see the neurologist, and I said that what happened before I had the seizure is my bedroom just seemed really big, and he said that could be a sign, that could be your aura, and it means if you experience that again, you can prepare for it, and you're going to have a seizure, you can warn everybody. A few weeks later, I'm sat in a lecture, and it's very hard to explain what's about to happen before you have a seizure. Reality is very confusing. And I was sat there, and suddenly the lecturer just seemed really small and really far away. And I couldn't figure it out. And then I thought, oh, this might mean I'm going to have a seizure. So I stood up in the middle of the lecture, and I said, nobody panic. I'm going to have a seizure. Everything will be okay. And then I laid down and waited to have a seizure. Which, if I'm honest, took longer than I would have hoped. You never want to have one. But once you've announced it to a room full of people, you'd quite like it to hurry up. Anyway, good news, I had a seizure. And then I had a seizure. And what happens is, unless they're longer than 5 minutes, you don't have to go to hospital if it's not your first one. So I went back to my halls where I stayed at the time, and I slept. And the next day, a friend from my course came to visit me, and he said, I just wanted to check on you to make sure you're okay. I said, I'm fine. I said, the main thing is I'm just so glad I got to tell everybody not to panic. And he said, yeah, that is not what happens. He said, you did stand up in the middle of the lecture, and you said, everybody panic. The room is massive, and I think I'm about to die. He said, you had your backpack on. Everyone thought it was a bomb. Like, no one knew what was going on. He went, next time, just have a seizure, I reckon. Anyway, my point is, it can be quite awkward when I use disabled toilets. And I had this in, this was in London recently. I was in a Starbucks, and I was using a disabled toilet. And as I walked out, there was a lady waiting outside, and I could just tell she was going to say something. And I went to walk away, and she went, sorry. She went, can I just let you know? She went, this is actually a disabled toilet. She went, because you've been too inconsiderate to use the regular toilets, I've had to wait outside. She went, maybe in the future be a bit more considerate. Now, normally I wouldn't say anything, but she said it loud, and everybody heard, and they all turned to look at me. And I was thinking, oh, I actually have to say something. So I said, sorry. I said, can I just let you know, I've actually got epilepsy, so the reason I have to use these toilets is in case I'm going to have a seizure. It means I can pull the emergency cord. It means if I do have a seizure, people can unlock the door from the outside. I said, in fact, my sister's also got epilepsy. I remember once when we were younger, she had a seizure in the bath and she forgot to leave the bathroom door unlocked. And my dad had to kick the bathroom door down just so we could get in there and save her life. So maybe in the future, you should be more considerate. Oh, thank you, thank you. Of course, this was in England, so what really happened was... I walked out, she went, and I went... She knew what I meant, that's the main thing.